Hi everyone, welcome to your sort of conclusion of Tableau assignment. I'll be brief here because I want you to kind of spend most of your time working through the changes that we have. And so learning objectives, honestly, it's just going to go through it and make sure that you have a professional profile and it doesn't look like you were learning the whole time. It looks like you have, in this case, hopefully five, maybe four really nice visuals throughout your profile. Uh, for the due date, check out the learning management system. By the time you see this document, I'll have it on there. Late submissions, we accept up to 48 hours with a 1 point penalty per day. After that, no submissions unless you have excused absences or something like that. So in terms of assignment overview, it requires you to go through, I guess this should be first 5 Tableau submissions from the course, evaluate them, and use really what you've learned. And we're going to start with overall review your Tableau public profile. So what I mean with that is here. So making sure things look professional, you have some basics about you. If you want to edit your profile, I know for some people this wasn't working. I'm not sure why. If you can't figure that out, that's fine. If you want to put a bio, you can. You don't have to. I probably would if I was going, if I was trying to use this to get hired or anything of that kind of nature. If you can't put your social links, great. If not, not a big deal. So I'm going to go here, and then to get my profile, I'm actually going to open this. I will go to the submission document. Again, you'll use your name, and then you'll put the URL right here. Okay, so just go in, replace this, be good to go. Hey, so there's the first part, is making sure you have that professional headshot or a photo, concise, links to the relevant networks, we'll say that you are comfortable with. Same thing with the contact information. Then the big part of this is you're going to improve your past submissions using two kind of components. Number one is the feedback that we have given, right? We go through, we've given a lot of feedback throughout. So I want to see those things addressed. And I want feedback from another student in the class that you can self-select. What I want them to kind of help with is to look at your profile. Does the kind of building of the plan address what we kind of talked about? And you may not want to share that, which is fine. Maybe I'll get rid of that. So are there additional improvements that can strengthen the visualization? After making the instructor feedback, are there other things that can be incorporated you think would be good? And so for the credit, I just need who, right? That's going to be that you're going to kind of work with in tandem here to kind of help. I don't know why it's going to bug me that isn't there. So please just insert their name, pieces that you're going to be kind of working with. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible submissions. Now I know there's one more, but I'm guessing you won't have the feedback for that, so I'm not going to count that one. And I know you get to drop one. And so you only need to make updates to 4 of these or fill this out, because I'm assuming you can go through and you can't actually drop them. You can drop one, and you've strategically chosen to do that. If you haven't done more than one, note it here. But I really hope that, and most people are following along pretty well. So what you're going to do is you're going to provide sort of the updated piece of it. Right, so the URL. So we have different ones throughout here. I have a bunch of these different kind of pieces. But what you're going to do is essentially find whatever that first visual was, and then you're going to go ahead and make the comments. So do things where you go through and you make the adjustments from the faculty member. So what I have put in there. Then what I want you to do is also replace any generic titles with descriptive professional titles that convey sort of the key insights or overview, like what we're actually looking at. Make sure you are ensure sort of your axes and visual labels are clear. Things are labeled appropriately, things that we've kind of learned throughout the semester. Add some context, whether it's subtitles or annotations where needed. Please use purposeful and consistent color when you kind of consider accessibility, and um, just consistent kind of throughout that we've kind of talked about, appropriate annotations or fallout. For each of these visualizations you update, briefly update the changes in the outline. So what you would do is, if you have something like getting started with Excel and Tableau or Data Viz 1, I would edit this. And there's two ways you can do this. If you're logged in and you go through, where you can actually edit these a little bit faster is if you go to your visual and you're logged in, you can actually go to the edit feature and do the editing here, right? So if I wanted to add a call out or modify something like this, or change the color, I could do that within this visual here. And then what you're going to do is just publish it. You're going to close. And then you're going to share the application with me. Now, if you want to update this title, I don't know why they make it so difficult. It's actually down here under details, but you go to edit details, and then you can change this kind of here, right? Updated, something like that, and do save changes. And then it should update, and you'll see the title updated there, because I do not want Viz Assignment 1, Viz Assignment 2. I want it to be like profit analysis or something of that kind of nature. We use a lot of companies. You can use the company name. Then what you're going to do is very, very easily, hopefully go in, you're going to do the URL, you're going to paste, you're then going to you're just going to list kind of any of the modifications that you did, and then what kind of the peer feedback was. And you can honestly send this and have them kind of type out. I don't need a book or a novel here. I would like have something simple, whereas maybe it was, I don't know, make sure consistent font as it differs, clear, I don't know, alignment, use strategic bolding to make a point. Stuff like that. And then you're going to just list the modifications that you did in that case. All right. And so whatever changes you made, and again, they don't have to be kind of crazy. You could say something like addressed the feedback from the instructor via D2L, whatever, slash bright space, stack on it. Space by using a consistent color and adding a legend, then aligning the visuals so they match up size-wise. Just something like that. So I know that you've gone through and actually looked at it and thought about it. And the goal of this is obviously to have really nice professional pieces that you can kind of go through and highlight at the end. And as I kind of talked about earlier, I was going to provide some opportunities for bonus. And so what you can do is I want you to upload your Power BI Data Camp completion certificates. Again, if you didn't do this one, as long as you did one of them, I'll give you credit. Obviously, I would want two, but you can upload these to your profile to show that you're experienced in each. So what I may do is, instead of connecting to a data source, if you just click here, and then what I will do is I'm just going to create a dashboard, and I'll do something like, I'll rename this Power BI 1. I'm going to go with the sizing. Let's do automatic and see what happens. And then I'm just going to bring over an image. So I'll bring that over here. Right? And then I'm going to go find it. So I'm going to choose. Really want to do is I may have to save it as a PNG, which is not really what I want to do. Let's see. All right, so a lot of ways to do this. You may just take a screenshot of it or something of that nature. Again, I want it to look nice. So I would probably open up it as a PDF, and then you can actually convert it to a PNG. I'm going to choose the folder so it's a little bit easier. I'll put it in the downloads folder. I'll do save. All right, it's gonna think. Then I should be able to go in, probably edit image, insert image, and then I will choose. Then I'll go to my downloads folder here. I'll do open. And then I want to see what it looks like. I'll do OK. It clearly doesn't fit. So we'll go back, edit image. I could have probably just done fit. I'll do fit image, apply. So it looks a little bit nicer. We can center, apply, something of that nature. Then maybe if you do both of them, I would do a story, and then I would bring in Power BI 1, and I would not ever have this be story 1, Power BI on data camp, and then we'll do apply, okay, and then this one will be intro. And I'll save you, I'll pause and go get my other one. Right, so I have this one. If that convert to PNG option doesn't work, once you go to save as in a different location, you generally can select PNG down here. So again, I would save it. I would do a dashboard, automatic, bring over the image right here, insert the image, I will choose, open, fit, center, apply, okay. And then I have that kind of second one where I will then, at a blank story point, I'll bring in dashboard 2, and then advancing, something like that. Then what I would do is file, save to Tableau Public as, go through the sign-in process, maybe save it as basic certification. All right, so I can name this Power BI on data camp. And so then you just have another kind of credentialing up there. I'm not sure how much Tableau would love this piece, but to be honest, I don't really care because it shows your kind of certification on there that you can see. All right, so then you would link to that as kind of your final piece if you want the bonus. The other ones are just hopefully make the modifications, and I'll modify this feedback form a little bit so it's more just put the feedback here so it makes a little bit more sense. Then save and submit. And I'm going to give you a little bit extra time on this one because I want you to have time spent on it so you can clean it up. And you can apply things from the Adobe trainings that we've had, anything to kind of clean things up. Like you may create logos or something like that that you want to put on there. That would be cool. Again, a lot of this is just to highlight you and let you be as creative as you want and make sure you have a professional portfolio. So I hope this helps. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.